So I don't know if I should upload this video, but I'm gonna upload it anyways. What I'm trying to say is basically the title of this video that I wanted to talk about, which is basically like what love actually is, right? Because I feel like there's a lot of confusion about that, and I think people are allowed to be confused. I think there's nothing wrong with that. I was confused, and it wasn't until I learned this that like it really changed my life and like my perspective on basically like what it is, you know, what does it mean to love another human being, right? And that's one of the biggest questions that I've been asking myself for like the past 10 years of my life. Like one of the biggest things people think love is an attraction, right? So an initial attraction or a crush, right? Let's go with the crush. I have a crush on a person. Oh my God, I saw this fictional character and I really liked them. Okay. Oh my God, like I saw this girl or I saw this guy, and because she's a goth or because he's a nerd, now I instantly like them, right? That's what we think love is in a way, right? Or at least what we tend to kind of go forward, which is not the case, right? I know this is a lot more nuanced. Like people have their own sort of definitions, right? But in some way or another, we're all kind of like searching for that kind of stuff. This is the trick, right? So let's say that we go with that route, right? Let's say that we see a goth girl, see a nerdy guy, a skinny boy. I dated someone once and they liked me because I was a nerdy kind of guy, and they just liked me a lot because of X, Y, and Z. And one time I was like with this girl, and you know, she was like kind of like a goth kind of girl, and I was like, oh my God, like you're definitely meant for me. You're perfect, right? Here's the thing, let's go that route. Let's go with that hypothesis. Let's say that that is in fact, you know, love. So let's say that you go for a person and you talk to them, right? Now comes my favorite part, which is keeping the conversation going, keeping the person, like actually being with the person. There's something that's gonna happen, which is really disappointing, which is you figure out, you realize this person isn't a goth, or this person isn't a nerd, this person isn't a label, this person isn't like what was on my mind, this person isn't all of these superficial things, this person isn't like what I thought at all. And I feel bad about it because now I don't know what to say. Because now I realize that when I actually am with you, with the person, with you, with who you are, like you as a person, right? Because you as a person are not a goth. You as a person are not a nerd. You as a person are not any of that, right? You are just a human being, a consciousness that doesn't have a label, really. You're just that. You're just like a whole mess of things that doesn't even correlate to anything like that. So now there is like an ultimate problem, which is I don't like you. Turns out that the actual person of who you are, and not the forefront on the page and the highlight reels and the stories online and the personality that the facade that you showed me or whatever, like I don't even like that much. I don't like you. When it turns out that I actually don't like you. And on the same note, I think of a friend of mine that I love very dearly. Is one of my best friends, and I think about him and I think about what I feel for him, because I've known him for ever since I was like 14 years old, basically. And I've known him for a long time, and I don't like him because he is X, Y, and Z, because he is a nerd, because he is tall, because he is etc. Right? I don't like him because I just love him, and I would give my right arm for him, regardless of whether he's this way or that way or that way. I just unconditionally love him. Like I can accept him with his flaws and with his good. And I think that's what real love actually is being with a person, not being with a label, not being with a projection. It's actually being with a human being that sits on the other end and accepting their flaws. And after you've seen them fully, after you spend time with them, after you've seen all of their parts, even the parts that you don't want to see, then can you really say you love a person. So does that mean we should ditch like attractions and crushes and things like that. I don't think we should, no, definitely not. But I think we should know where their place lie and what it actually means to love another person, right? To not confuse one thing or the other. And I think I'm starting to realize that now. And I wanted to share that with the world. And I just wanted to also make this video and put it online and maybe provide that insight. And I don't know if somebody out there will find it useful. Maybe nobody will find it any useful. But anyways, I just wanted, somebody had to say this. And I feel like I wanted to say it. And thank you so much for watching, I guess.